had much to prove against after their gun-shy performance at the previous World Cup. It was a night for the new stars to shine.
Flavel has the clean take. Handed on by Alatini. Brown, change of direction. Lomu for Cullen. Quick hands again. Umaga. Easily away. Umaga. Marshall for the corner. Floated forward. It's in the hands of Cullen. Flavel driving for the line. Flavel's in. Kick's not out. So Lomu gets rid of one, gets rid of two. Terrific charge from the big man. Now he needs to free it up. Brown, Urabia, lovely hands. Alatini. He's got support too from Hammett. Big sprint for the corner by Hammett. And he's made it. All Blacks have tipped it back on their side. Now Craig Dowd. Hammett. Lomu's got space. Now it's freed up beautifully for Marshall to set them alight again. Now Brown to Alatini. Nice pass out to Flavel in midfield. What a brilliant try. He really has arrived on the international stage, has Troy Flavel.
Well, Pine Tree Meads, eat your heart out.
Much better.
Tonga, it seems, intent to try and run this out from the 22.
Well, I guess the way they look at it is if they kick the ball to the All Blacks will keep hold of it.
All Blacks making all their tackles. Big hit by Alatini on Vunipola, and up comes Urumia. Look at this for aggressive defence. Marshall slips it to Alatini, and he's done it again. A hat-trick for Troy Flavel.
Well, the smile's getting bigger. But that support play, he had to be there to score it.
Second half underway as the All Blacks take a 48-0 advantage, and there's the man who pretty much dominated the first half, Troy Flavel, claiming the ball early as Marshall again sets the backs in motion. Here's Umaga slicing through. He's got Howlett. Now Howlett with his very first touch. Look at this. 20 seconds into your test career, and you've got to try.
So great opportunity for New Zealand to secure ball two hands and drive over. Thorne's done it.
Blackadder may have been the man to take it off him. And referee's going to call on Steve Walsh to see whether he can sort this out.
Well, it looked pretty clear to me. We could see the ball planted, but the ref must have been hidden from the view.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's the skipper if it's scored. Todd Blackadder seems pretty confident. Just a question of whether we can see it off tape.
I'm going with you, Steve. I didn't see it.
Well, that's his hand on it, I think.
Try, fellas.
So the try's given to Todd Blackadder, and that's his first in Test rugby, as the All Blacks go up to 16 points to 0. Hughes into his 13th Test match. Flavel reaches up and brings another one down. Alatini, lovely footwork. Look at the support he gets. Tia driven back in the tackle, but once again it's quality delivery. On the inside, Tia. So Marshall takes it smartly, hammered up the middle. Now Marshall lining up to score. Scott Robertson wants one. Gets to within a metre, sets it for Marshall. Craig Dowd almost had it. Play on, and Tony Brown has a go. Now Marshall, and Umaga simply rolls across. They don't come any easier than that. And the All Blacks rush into the 80s. on the back foot again.
Leave it there, Black. Get out of the way now. Get out.
They have managed to recycle, though, inside their 22. Just coming from all directions, the All Blacks like black missiles. Now Marshall. Tia quickly to Umaga on the inside. Brown scampers away, and Tony Brown gets one. So, Tia to Marshall. Marshall himself. Lomu wasn't needed, and Justin Marshall scores.
Well, good to see. The precision timing wasn't perfect, but it was a great try. Lefto. Tia taking out the halfback. The pass to Marshall on his feet, and Marshall being strong enough to drive over, not needing Jonah.
Taking it up was Isalei Fatani. Oh, dear me. Iramia smashing in. And Marshall for Howlett. Doug Howlett. He'll be far too fast. And there's the 100 for the All Blacks.
So it all started with an Uramia tackle, popped the ball in the air, which Craig Dowd deflected beautifully. Justin Marshall gave the pass to Howlett, and Howlett cleared out. Gas to burn, wheels to burn, no doubt about it.
Doug Howlett in for his second tonight. The All Blacks getting a standing ovation from this crowd as he runs in the 15th try. And Tony Brown does the honours to make it 102-0. Tony Brown whips it on. Blackadder. What a start to his captaincy career with the All Blacks. Anton Oliver. Oliver almost there. Doug Howlett is in right at his shoulder. All Blacks looking for one more. They probably will get it. Brown, and oh no, he knocked it on. And that will be it. They'll have to settle for 15 tries and a victory over Tonga by 102 points to 0. And a huge start to the season for Todd Blackadder's All Blacks.
So a devastating performance by the All Blacks and a remarkable debut for Troy Flavel. Doug Howlett and Filo Tia also scored on debut, while Tony Brown kept up his test average of over 30 points per game. While it was only a beginning against a demoralised opponent, it was a performance that offered hope as the All Blacks prepared to meet their next opponent. Scotland came to New Zealand off a disappointing Six Nations tournament in which they'd surprisingly lost to upstarts Italy. To add to that, they'd left several very good players behind, and their lead-up form to the test matches was uninspiring, with losses in Whangarei and against the Māori in New Plymouth. They were in the Edinburgh of the South, but they were no match for a rampant All Black team in their second outing of the year.
Kelleher again for Mertens. Alatini pops in, and here's the break from Cribb. Robertson was looming. He threw the dummy, though. The first line break came from Ron Cribbett, but they've got a chance out wide. Hands for Oliver. Now the big sprint. Anton Oliver. What a beauty. So far, the Scots have effectively kept New Zealand's most dangerous players, Umaga, Cullen and Lomu, out of the game. Townsend for Gordon Bullock. This impressive hooker for the Scots. Townsend. Cullen is looming across. McLaren's there as well. Umaga did well to get back. Now they can set up something here. Lomu's very wide. Townsend confronts him. Now the big fella. Taken up the middle by Randall. Mertens. Slips it to Oliver. Here he goes again. Robertson, the support there. Here's a big one for Ron Cribb on test debut. Cribb is in. It's Blackadder on the head. Claimed by Tane Randall.
Well, that's one way of winning the ball. Yes, I think that...
Here's Aramea busting. Alatini. Lamu in space. Lamu, 10 metres short, and he makes it. Absolute power and pace. Very solid from the All Blacks.
And Summerall standing up, though.
Cribb once more. Sets it for Kelleher. Maxwell, who got out of the scrum pretty smartly. 10 out from the 22. Mertens looking for Alatini. Swarming defence from the Scots. Umaga gets in close. Umaga. Absolutely magnificent. Carl Hoft takes it in. Playing advantage here, so this may well be a penalty if they don't gain some advantage, but it looks like they will anyway. Here's Oliver. Absolutely incredible. 2 tries for Anton Oliver, and both times he's had to stretch the legs and run 20 or 30 metres. Randall delivers up for Umaga. Here he is again. He's got Mertens, he's got Cullen. They'll never see which way he goes. Another long-range try, and the inevitable Christian Cullen try. 26 test tries is what he's come up with.
Keep out of the white.
Ball delivered again for Nicol. It's broken down. All Blacks will try and seize on this, and they do. They meet Townsend inside the 22, and they rip it away. Robertson, beautiful work. Now Mertens, Lamu, they won't stop him. Here's another one. And the big fellow gets a second of the day, but put it down to Scott Robertson. Tipped by Blackadder.
That's against the throw.
So one against the throw. Maxwell throws himself at the defence. Kelleher, relentless now from the All Blacks. Alatini. Here's another one. First test try for Peter Alatini.
Let it come, keep on.
There's Dowd sets it again. Kelleher for Mertens. Aramea, Mertens again. Lamu, one-on-one. How can he lose this? He can't. He's having a ball out on the left wing side, and that's another one.
Well, it's one of the keys, isn't it, to rugby? Enjoy the game itself as a unit, the pleasures of it.
Here's Lamu challenging. Knocked it into the hands of Jason White. So the Scots have it on the halfway line, and they've got a pretty useful line out here, but it's closed down smartly. Umaga with a clever pass to Mertens. Mertens. Now Aramea holds it up again for Umaga, and here he goes again to bring up the All Blacks' 10th try of the afternoon, and the second for Tana.
So this is obviously something they've trained on tour, a tap penalty, a big drive over.
Getting close, and
Hold it. I'm going to take upstairs.
well,
Time out.
it looks like Richard Metcalf.
Well, if this is a try, Richard Metcalf will be one huge man, absolutely delighted. 7'1" tall, drove over the goal line. Well, you'd have to award that, I'd say.
Good reward too for the Scots. They've stayed with it right to the end. They've turned it over here though. The All Blacks might come up with one last chance. Mertens off to Aramea. Quick hands. Umaga. And there's players to burn here. And guess who? He got 3 last week. And he gets another one today. Troy Flavel.
Certainly had a look of self-assurance on his face.
He'd want to be up there with his great mate Ron Cribb. They grew up together. Cribb, a try-on debut today. Flavel comes on and answers the call. Now, the Scots, well, held back, I think, yes. And Scotland could easily finish with a flourish.
Well, deja vu, perhaps.
Just come here a sec. Yeah. We haven't got a number, but there would have been a bin otherwise, okay? So back to...
Well, in the bin, he suggested, if they'd known the number of the player that held back the Scottish player.
Hands out, boys, hands out.
Last act of the game for sure, Andy Nicol. The Scots looking for a second. Gordon Simpson. Isn't he happy?
Yes, the cantankerous Gordon Simpson. Well, he'll love that. He'll treasure that, a try against the All Blacks.
Last act of the game is the conversion made by Duncan Hodge. Simpson scored the last try, but it's been the All Blacks day at Carisbrook. They scored 11 tries to win by 69 points to 20.
A record defeat for the Scots. Never before had they conceded 11 tries in a test match. This time it was Jonah's turn for a hat-trick, but Anton Oliver's double was just as special, and Tana Umaga was again outstanding. The Scots got 2 consolation tries, but both when the game was well and truly decided. With big wins in their first 2 outings, the All Blacks had left themselves a hard act to follow at Eden Park, and it was perhaps inevitable that the score wouldn't be as great, especially given the conditions. But in the end, the margin was convincing in the second test. 2 notable stats from this game. It was Josh Kronfeld's 50th test for the All Blacks, while the All Blacks managed their convincing win despite having only 30% of the ball in the first half. This third test match of the year was also notable as the first to be played under the new lights at Auckland's Eden Park.
Well, New Zealand, I suppose, being wet conditions, are likely to pull the ball in and drive. Although it's going to the rear.
Used the back of the line out a lot last week, Craig. Opens up a pretty big blind side when they do this. It's with Oliver. He picked up one early last week. Could he do it again? Yes, he did, I think. Well, he's going to go to the video ref, who is Steve Walsh. But I think you'll find that Anton Oliver or Josh Kronfeld has grabbed it. And wouldn't that be appropriate in his 50th test?
I'd like to know if he grounded the ball, Steve, please.
This is the angle that Ericsson could see at. Well, clearly grounded. Clearly grounded. Have a look at that blind side. Perfect. There's no one on there. On pick, yes, there he goes.
Marshall hands it off to Lomu. Lomu on Murray. Vintage stuff from Jonah. And Ron Cribb gets a second test try. They take it outside the 22.
Look at all that back line out there.
Here's Cribb again. Cullen, Umaga, Marshall, they must score surely. Robertson and Umaga finishes brilliantly. There again for Andy Nicol as we have just a couple of minutes to go till half-time. Borlick is driven back. There it is on the All Black side now. So they can make something of this. Marshall scampers. Supports there from Cullen. Slips it up to Carl Hoft. Looking for another one before the break. Cullen. Cribb. And Umaga will sail in to get another one as they score their 4th in the first half. Well, the All Blacks are not too concerned about the conditions. They're going to try and move the ball at every opportunity. Marshall off for Mertens. Hoft running off for Mertens now. Turned inside again by Andrew Mertens. But Norm Maxwell delay it back nicely. Now they spread out. Robinson makes a clean bust. finds Eremia. Lovely state and support. Through the pace work though. And the opportunity is lost, but they still ran 60 metres to put the Scots on the back foot. Kick made by Hodge. Merton stays back. Looking for the man in the 24 jersey, Cullen, but it's Patterson's away. He should have too much pace. Desperate chase by Cullen, but Patterson's in.
And so they should be pleased. An opportunist, individualistic try. Ball's been handed to the opposition. An attacking position.
Cribb with that terrific acceleration. Marshall for Maxwell. Didn't get as far as Reuben Thorne. Here goes Blackadder. All Blacks take it up the middle, near the 22. Mertens, Eremia. Now it's the turn of the Scots to make some tackles. Umaga lays it back for Justin Marshall. Carl Hoff has been prominent with the ball in hand tonight. Now Mertens once more. The runners coming thick and fast. Eremia. And here's another one. He doesn't score many in test matches. But that's a moment of happiness for Alama Eremia.
Well, he lined it up, didn't he? You could see the moment he got the ball, his eyes were on the goal line.
Confield back with Cullen. What can they conjure up from here?
Well, wanting to get in front of some of his players, Josh Confield, across the game line.
Umaga slipped the pass, but slipped it away. Now there's a chance. Oliver and Cameron Murray. Murray's got the pace, and he's got the try too.
First try of Scotland's, certainly against the run of play. But play by the sword, die by the sword is the call. The All Blacks firing it around them as though it's dry conditions, and of course every now and again it comes unstuck. Poor old Anton Oliver competing with a winger, not really his brief.
Brown slips a nice pass. Here's Robertson. And here's a try on debut for Black Robinson.
Once again, a great example like Eremia to all aspiring try scorers. Pin your ears back and check the goal line. But the great thing about this movement here is when he thought he was checked, he was looking for someone to pass to, and at the same time he realised the tackle had been slipped and he finished the deal.
Fullerton grabs one against the throw for the Scots. Hodge wide for Townsend. Tried to slip it to Leslie, who knocked it forward. So Lommel in possession. The big guy gets going.
And the crowd wanted to.
Craig down. Now, Omar sprints onto it. And Justin Marshall scores his 18th test try. Scottish defence has been holding well in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
I think the Scottish defence has learned from New Zealand on this tour. They're not committing as many players as they were earlier in the tour, keeping the defence out wide. 3 or 4 players, that's all they're committing.
Reuben Thorne, or at least it was Scott Robertson. Now here's Cullen. McDonald. Robinson. Here's Cullen. I suppose it had to happen. It has.
I was thinking precisely that, Graham, when you said that he hadn't scored a try with the All Blacks running rampant. It was inevitable that he would drop down.
3 test match outings for a total of 34 tries, 8 of them coming in this Eden Park test, and another double for Tana Umanga. Kronfeld celebrated his 50th with a touchdown. Canterbury's Mark Robinson scored a try in his test debut. Another big win, but tougher things were just around the corner. The 15th of July 2000 will go down as one of the most memorable dates in international rugby history. A world record crowd at the magnificent Stadium Australia, a massive TV audience worldwide, the first test of the Tri-Nation Series, and the Bledisloe Cup on the line. Could the match possibly live up to the occasion? This was to be the first real test for the All Blacks. The crowd had every right to expect something special, but no one, not in their wildest dreams, could have predicted what lay ahead.
Well, it's a great scene, isn't it? Doesn't really do it for me, quite frankly. I prefer the haka.
Well, we certainly know we're in Australia. There's the referee for tonight's contest, Andre Watson of South Africa, assisted by Chris White of England and Pablo De Luca of Argentina. And we're almost set to go. All the words have been spoken. And we're about to have this long-awaited contest. Peter Alatini in midfield. Stadium Australia, away we go in the first Bledisloe Cup test of the new millennium as Justin Marshall takes it down for the All Blacks. And Tane Randall is going to deputise at halfback, looking for Andrew Mertens, but Randall straight up the middle. What a great start, 10-metre line All Black territory. Now the All Blacks need to get their back line in formation. Marshall a bit slow to get there. Now he sends it off to Mertens. Early kick. Chris Latham in good position though, but he's outside the 22. Got a very educated left boot. Randall and Cribb getting back. Randall's been in the action early. Now Ron Cribb. Happy to have a run. Back to where Randall took it to, the 10-metre line in this long opening sequence. And referee Watson says, well, have a scrum. But what a start by Tane Randall.
What a start. Not much went to plan, though, really. A halfback, scrum half, catching the ball from the kickoff, highly unusual. And seeing Randall burst through the centre, playing in the halfback position.
Great battle in the scrums tonight. The All Blacks feel that they will have some ascendancy there. Cribb has been shut down early. It's there again for Marshall. Mertens has it partially charged, but it could work to the All Blacks' advantage. Alatini, ball popped up. Here's the first try, and Tana's under the bar.
Well, what a way to score your first try against Australia. The first one that he's got it down, and look at that crowd.
He scored in every test match this season. As the kickoff is made, Mertens has control of this. Eremia. All Blacks with a 7-point advantage. Handed away by Umanga. They're shifting it smartly. Now Lomu's in the clear. One-on-one. Gregan comes across. He's got support. Alatini. Fantastic.
Well, it's almost too good to be true. I'm speechless. Sensational try by New Zealand, absolutely superb. But watch the way the ball was moved so well. Always keeping it alive. And Alatini finishing off. Perfect start for New Zealand. Couldn't have hoped for anything more. A couple of great passes here under pressure, putting Lomu in space. And once the big man got away, well, that's another psychological blow because he beat Chris Latham. So Chris Latham, hard start for him.
Now Andrew Mertens. The first one was easy. This one a little bit wider out. No problems. 14 points to 0. Lomu set it up. Brilliant passing. This is not going to go 10 metres. Play on as Maxwell takes it in, carried on. All Blacks totally dominant at the moment. Now Marshall away for Mertens. Ramir almost slipped, did it, got it away to Alatini. Canada won't stop him either. Unbelievable start. 3 tries in 6 minutes.
Well, sometimes it just happens. Well, deliriously happy, aren't they? Beautiful little break by Uramir and kept the ball alive. Alatini feeding Callum on the outside. It was all over Rover. The Australians haven't touched the ball yet in this game. Just that little pass from Chris Latham that was intercepted. Everything coming off, everything that New Zealand tries comes off.
35th test try for Christian Cullen. That equals John Kirwan. And the All Blacks can't believe it. Mertens lifts another one through. 3 converted tries in 6 minutes. 21 points to 0. Jason Little takes it to the 10-metre line. Now Gregan off to Larkham. And Larkham side the tree. And Mortlock to the corner. This is a try fest.
And Touche. Well, it's a great team that can answer back, looking at the scoreboard of 21-0. To answer back with a try, the only way to answer what was a rampant start to this game by an All Black side. So Larkin an eye for the gap, making the gap, drawing the last man, feeding Mortlock on the outside. That'll make the Australian crowd and team feel like they're in this match.
John Eales, the target. Good throw from Foley. Foley delivers off to Gregan. Slips it off to Jim Williams. It opens up for Williams. Lomu partially stops him. Almost there. Now Gregan looking wide. Mortlock's in. What a game this is. A second try for Sterling Mortlock.
Don't ever underrate a World Cup winning side. Australia back in this game fully. 2 good tries to answer. A blistering start by New Zealand. Well worked too, with Foley playing halfback and Gregan playing standoff, giving an extra man, putting Williams through the hole. A little bit of weak tackling, I thought, but this was well worked. Gregan the vision to move it wide. Mortlock hitting it at top.
15 minutes out from half-time. And the game has just continued at this frenetic pace. Chris Latham puts it inside the All Black 22. And the Wallabies can launch again. Well claimed by Eales. That pass appeared to be forward. Referee said it was okay though. Cleared away again by Gregan. Jason Little has a crack in midfield. Now Joe Roth. Wallabies threatening. Larkham. All Blacks offside. Daniel Herbert had the hand up for a moment anyway. Now here comes Latham. Third try for the Wallabies. Chris Latham, the fullback.
Well, how the tables have turned. Georgie Gregan just moving the ball around. Each Wallaby searching for a hole, for a gap, setting it up, and Latham hit it at top. The momentum took him through the tackle. Here it is. See the timing of the run onto the ball. Timing is everything.
Just his 10th test match, Chris Latham. 8 tries, and Mortlock from a very handy position. Through it goes. 24 points to 19 as Latham limps back. The Wallabies staging a remarkable comeback. Well, the black section of the crowd has just gone a little quiet for the moment. Foley finding Eales. No problems in the line-up for the Wallabies. taking it to the All Blacks. 15 metres out. Now Gregan off for Larkin. Little. Williams is there in support. Now Gregan off to Daniel Herbert. Now Mark Connors, who scored a try in this test match last season. Gregan quickly for Larkin. The All Blacks having made a lot of tackles in the last 10 minutes or so. Gregan again feeds it off to Daniel Herbert. Carried on by Williams. Goal line right there for George Gregan. Richard Harry, the prop.
The ball probably a little slow.
Now Gregan again. Larkin. Continue to move it to the left. Gregan has a go. Rock. Alatini made a big tackle in there, but it's still alive for the Wallabies. Gregan. Rock. They've done it again. And Joe Rock makes it 4 tries each.
The defence was quite strong, but eventually the break came, and here it is, the finish of it. Well, maybe shielding.
He hasn't had a great time against New Zealand over the years, Joe Rock. It's only his second try in his 20th test match. Gregan off to Larkin. Big defence by Tane Randall. Well, the ball was there. And Gregan made no effort to go in after it. The referee's playing an advantage. Still playing the advantage as the Wallabies fan out and wait for the next delivery from Gregan. Mark Connors. The advantage presumably still applies as Herbert off to Jason Little.
No advantage. Number 5.
Well, that time it was against Norm Maxwell. I don't know. The ball was there. He had a fair crack at it. Wallabies haven't been in front so far in the game, but this is their very best chance. Mortlock pushes it through, and it's 27 points to 24. Well, Andre Watson does come up with some pretty baffling decisions at times.
He's a bit of a wild card, no doubt about that. We've seen him referee games 70 minutes. Great rugby, and then 10 minutes he's sort of lost the plot. Let's hope it doesn't affect today's match.
Here's Ron Cribb getting a chance to stretch his legs. Now Marshall into the gap. He's got players in support. He may not need them. Justin Marshall. What a terrific try. Welcome back to the All Blacks.
Well, we could say an individual's effort, strength, power, and enough speed to do the business.
Out to the right wing side goes Andrew Walker. Seven minutes left. What a test match it's been. Eels dominant again in the lineouts. Larkin slings it across to Little. Breaks down the midfield. Little has to get it back for Gregan. George Gregan up the middle. Now has he got any support from Jeremy Paul? They'll close him down. 7 metres out. Gregan. Larkin. They go short to Kepu. All Blacks, desperate defence again. Out wide. Try scored by Jeremy Paul.
Well, it was a great try. Australia in possession, that's the key. Stretching the All Black defence. Georgie Gregan through the middle. Miraculous break, really. The faces say it all of the New Zealand players. Look at this break. How did he get through? He was held in the tackle by Ron Cribb and somehow he got away. The little fella got away. Through the big wide pass, which should have been enough. It was great defence by Christian Cullen and Mark Hammett. But here it was, the width of the pass from Caper. So smart, so much vision. They had them stretched, very stretched. Jonah caught just inside too much. Could hardly blame him though. We're 3-on-2, I think. So that's a great try.
Todd Blackadder felt that he was interfered with there. Now this is an out. So Umaga can counter-attack with his mate Cullen. Big defence though. Cullen's got the strength to stay up for long enough. Now Umaga bowls straight ahead. They've still got to run it 40-odd metres though, the All Blacks. They've got some obvious strengths out wide, and Lomu seems to have the measure of Andrew Walker. Now they come again. They've got numbers once more. Troy Flavel. Supports there from Case Muse. Frenetic ending to the game. 2.5 minutes for the All Blacks. Now Brown to Alatini, short to Iramia. Right in centre field. Kelleher. Randall pops up to Lomu. Here we go. Can he make it? You betcha. You betcha. Jonah's in.
Well, it had to be the ultimate moment in this game, and it's been a game of moments for sure. Jonah Lomu, some may say, the ultimate rugby player, with a game after his name, finished the deal loud and clear. What a pass. Randall pass. Lomu can't catch me. He's just too strong, too big. And what a way to finish the game. What a game of rugby this has been. Exceptional. It will go down in my mind as the greatest I think I've seen. All 109,874 people, world record crowd.
Poetry in motion. Jonah Lomu. Big clock shows 12 seconds. Ron Cribb slips it to Tane Randall.
And haven't they been good together, Randall and Cribb?
Kelleher slips it back for Hammett. All Blacks just killing time as best they can. There goes the hooter. They want someone to boot it out, surely. Tony Brown takes it down.
I don't know, this game could have anything.
And a little nudge forward. And All Blacks still trying to run it forward. It's been knocked on. That's the game, though. An unbelievable test match in front of a world record crowd. The All Blacks have got home 39-35.
Within seconds of the final whistle, experts from all parts of the world were tagging it the greatest game ever played. A test that brought Australia's 10-match winning spin to an end. Have Jonah Lomu or Justin Marshall ever scored more important tries than those? Has Andrew Merton's ever landed so many valuable kicks? It was truly a night never to be forgotten. That game set up the Tri-Nations superbly. Although there was little time for the All Blacks to celebrate, they were on a plane bound for Christchurch the next day to prepare for a test barely a week later against the old nemesis, the Springboks. The match at Jade Stadium could never live up to the astonishing highs of Sydney. It was more a match from the history books of New Zealand and South African rugby. Uncompromising, bruising, and built around ruthless defence.
Todd Blackadder leading the All Blacks for the first time at Jade Stadium, and referee White signals time on, and away goes the kickoff down as far as Brayden Polster. Caught there is Rassi Erasmus, but the Springboks have it 10 metres from their own line, and Percy Montgomery with that educated left boot hasn't found the line. An attempted counter-attack here with Cullen. Smashed to the ground, and Cullen's gone, and Polster's away. Could have been a late tackle. They've still got a chance, the Springboks. It's still loose. Now, what's the referee got to say?
Well, he's got a lot to talk about with his touch judges. Let's have a listen.
Well, he wants Paul Honus to have a look at this. Werner Swanepoel and Justin Marshall. Swanepoel didn't appear to get a hand on it, so...
No, I don't think he was close.
All Blacks standing very flat. Brayton Paulson. Danger man for the Springboks without any doubt at all. Swanepoel might have been an early tackle, I reckon. Yep.
He hasn't got it taken out.
Carl Hoft was a bit early in the tackle.
There was two, was one early as well, Todd.
Yes, he was eager, and he also came from an offside position anyway.
Good strike. And what a start for Van Straten and South Africa. They lead the All Blacks by 3-0. Here's Cribb trying to get away from Rassie Erasmus.
On his feet, I got it.
Advantage being played All Blacks way.
Come away, South Africa, come away.
Marshall for Mertens. Here comes Lomu. Lomu and Montgomery on collision course, but Cullen gets it. 1 minute he's poleaxed on the ground, and the next minute he becomes the second highest try scorer in All Black Test history.
Well, what we saw here was a continuation of the policy that Andrew Mertens was using. Very flat defence. Percy Montgomery was caught in midfield. He had a long way to go. He was probably more worried about John Alomu than anything else. Very lucky bounce to Christian Cullen, but he'll take and say thank you very much.
Well, the good thing about this also is Andrew Mertens is realising the South African defence is up flat, and he's putting it in behind and creating the space there. Good play from Andrew Mertens, just summing it up nicely, going blindside. Realised, yes, there's the defence, it's up flat, put it in behind. And Montgomery didn't really commit himself to that. Cullen was the man who picked up the try.
Remarkable Test try-scoring record continues. 36, so he takes away from John Kerwin as the second highest try scorer in Test history for the All Blacks. Line-out throwing was a problem for the All Blacks in Sydney last week. It's working pretty well. That was Flavel to win it. Now Mark Robinson hasn't had too many touches. Lomu in midfield. Excellent tackle by DeVitt Barry to nail him. Blackadder for Mertens. This will come down near the 22 with Umaga in there smartly. Tips it back. Still there for Justin Marshall.
Stay back.
15 metres out now. And they sling it wide again. Cribb. Referee's got the arm out, so the Springboks were standing too flat. Mertens floats it beautifully. What a pass. And Cullen's got two.
Well, Andrew Mertens, the big smile on Christian Cullen's face, just gets a shake of the hand from Andrew Mertens. Gee, he made this look easy, but it was a superb pass because he had to skip over a couple of South African backs to get there. Cullen floating off the outside. Easy try at the end, but a very good lead up from the Blacks.
Yes, and the other thing was composure by Justin Marshall over the other side there. He held onto the ball and didn't give it away, and then another bit of composure there under pressure. Mertens holding the pass, looking at the defence, and then firing it wide. So good play by the All Blacks under pressure, sighting the man and delivering the pass perfectly. Cullen in again.
Swanepoel to Van Straten. Barry. Van Straten comes round. Heading the line hard was Delport, but a copybook tackle made by Alatini. Swanepoel up to Andre Fenta. They've had a lot of ball in hand. Robbie Fleck falls into the tackle of Anton Oliver. Montgomery's going to have a drop kick at goal, and he likes the look of it, and why not? Montgomery drops the goal, and it's 10 points to 6.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the kind of football that Nick Mellett wants to see, but it's very effective. Once again, we've got a very tight game. South Africa are doing very well, actually, at ruck and roll time here. Percy Montgomery, I think he just thought, well, let's just take the points and say thank you very much. Great kick.
Now Montgomery inside the 22, has a look around and realises very quickly there aren't too many options available here. Mertens is going to get those started smartly, and away goes Jonah again. Past Vandenberg. A run of 20 metres by Lomu. Now Marshall. Mertens to Umaga. Slips it beautifully for Tane Randall.
Advantage!
As the All Blacks look to up the tempo, they've got the advantage. Carl Hoff swings it across for Alatini. And the advantage doesn't come to the All Blacks.
We've got a killing over there, we've got an offside here.
Referee White saying, take your pick.
Number 9 killing
Couple
over
of
there, and the back's
professional
offside over here.
fouls from the Springboks, but they were stretched. Just seeing Lomu get a bit of pace up once he breaks the first tackle. Springboks know they're in trouble. Gee, the little man, Swanepoel, he did well, didn't he? Wrestled him to the ground.
So Mertens lands the first penalty for him today, and it's 13 points to 6. Van Straten got out of it cleverly. Can he keep it going? Then he threw a very average pass.
Let go green, hands up!
And the Springboks in trouble on their own 22.
Hands in, I call him out. The rough formed and hands were in. Then he came in and also, no. Walk away.
Springboks definitely wanted to hang on to the ball.
Post, gentlemen.
Bit of tip for tat just before half-time. Andre Foss was there very quickly, said, hey, let's just call it.
He just loves this ground, Andrew Mertens. He had a couple of misses with conversions, but now 2 penalties to give the All Blacks a 10-point lead.
Stay on, boys, stay on!
John Smith is on the field for the Springboks as Robbie Fleck takes a little bit of putting down. Finally, it's Kronfeld who does it. Van Straten short to Erasmus.
No. Come away, Black, come away!
There is number 16, John Smith. Now Van Straten to Barry. Hit hard by Kronfeld, who's tackling outstandingly well. Swanepoel. Van Straten to Delport.
Get away, Black, let's hands
All
go.
Blacks defence has been quite outstanding so far.
And again.
Montgomery. Now Fleck. Opened him up for Barry. Ripped across. And Andre Fenter can't hang on.
We're killing it there.
He's going to come back for the penalty.
Over here, penalty.
He signalled very early. Josh Kronfeld offside, killing the ball a couple of times. He continued to pay the advantage.
Second penalty for Bram van Straten. And it's 16 points to 9. Mertens with the deep one for Erasmus. It's been won by the All Blacks. Some very good play in there. The player on his feet managed to snaffle it away. Mertens looking for a drop kick. And that's a record breaker for Andrew Mertens. His 8th drop kick in Test rugby. And that's the greatest by an All Black.
Let it go, Green, let it go. No, okay. No, we're not on the mark. Come away, you can see on the floor.
I get the feeling that referee White might be just a bit flustered at the moment.
Hold it, lads.
The players are moving a bit quicker for him.
Andrew Cole has something to say.
They went past here, 2 players went past here. Number 8, Black, threw a punch at a Springbok player on the ground there.
So it's a penalty against number 8.
Yep.
For throwing a punch. And can you tell me where it is?
Just here, about 10 metres.
As he passed him.
And here we're just seeing it. He makes the tackle. And he just gets a wee bit of a rabbit punch on the top. Gee, there wasn't a lot in that.
So here's a chance for Van Straten to keep 3 back.
No problems at all for Bram van Straten. He kicks the penalty goal, and that is half-time. Cribb back through the legs for Marshall. Alatini. Springbok defence has held up very well in the game so far. They've conceded 2 tries, both to Cullen. Carl Hoff puts his head down and makes progress. Channeled again for Marshall. Mertens. Oh dear. That was one of those passes that could well have been intercepted, but the All Blacks still have it. Oliver.
No, you're offside there, wrong side of tackle.
Mertens nips in and plays halfback. Cullen, quick hands for Robinson. Had a very quiet first half.
There's no advantage here.
And he's played a long advantage too to Chris White.
On this man here.
And it's an All Black penalty out in centre field.
Again, very technical penalty. He said that the Springbok player is coming from the wrong side.
A third penalty goal for Andrew Mertens, the first point scored in the second half, and it's 22 points to 12.
That's good.
Dragged out by Mertens. I think it was the Springbok hand came in there. Freed it up for Paulser. Trouble here for the All Blacks. Paulser leading the charge. If they get a nice bounce, now it's Cullen. Cullen's in the picture with Paulser. Oh, what defence. Cullen came from nowhere.
Well, we know how quick Baden Paulser is, but this guy really had to put his wheels on to get back there. Paulser knew that he was up against a couple of forwards, Kronfeld and co. He beat them. Christian Cullen just had the angle on him probably, and that was enough to save the try.
Emmett's throw taken down by Blackadder. The Crusaders working well together. Marshall wasn't expecting it, Maxwell.
No.
Controls it on the 10-metre line in Springbok territory. Tony Brown.
Onside, there he is.
Obviously comes out with instructions to put it high. And there's a problem here.
You look for him, you hit him, and you hurt him.
Corday Krieger has gone.
It's bad.
Well, I think Corday Krieger, he knew he'd done something wrong straight away. Yeah.
Cool as a cucumber. Tony Brown brings up 100 test points, and the All Blacks lead by 13.
Christian Cullen's efforts left them just 2 short of Jeff Wilson's record for the most tries in All Black Test rugby. While the fans had a few grumbles about the quality of the game, the most important fact remains. The All Blacks were now 5 for 5 for the season and 2 for 2 in the Tri-Nations. They were travelling nicely. For all that, though, the All Blacks were only halfway there. They had proven a few things. They'd shown that they had a greater depth of resolve than the teams of the previous 2 seasons. And they had shown that they could score tries from absolutely anywhere on the field. One more win, and the Tri-Nations and the Bledisloe Cup would be theirs. The opportunity for that came at Wellington, the magnificent new Westpac Trust Stadium. A glorious day in the capital and another thrilling match, one that featured one of the best set-piece tries you'll ever see, and another gripping finale.
First international match at the new stadium in Wellington is underway, and Andrew Mertens gets an early touch for Eremia. The strong take-it-up man, and immediately the Wallabies dive over the top. Marshall to go quickly. Case Muse. Marshall hands it off. Mertens saw the gap. Dragged down by David Gifford and number 4. All Blacks keeping it in hand. Blackadder feeds it to Marshall, taking on the Australian defence early in the match as they did in Sydney.
So this will be interesting to see what the Australians do from the first scrum. Will they work the short side? Interesting, isn't it? Equal weight per pack. The loose forwards are identical, at 110 kgs apiece.
Regan for Larkham. Herbert, clean break, feeds it up, and Mortlock is chased by Umaga. He'll make it though. Daniel Herbert opened them up wide. Sterling Mortlock scores.
What a blistering and acceptable try by Australia. Fantastic to make the break so early. So early.
And Mortlock to add the extra 2, 7-0. David Giffen easily. Foley takes the return ball. Gregan across now to Jason Little. Playing in his last test match today against the All Blacks. Larkham feeds it up to Latham. Room for Mortlock. Might have been hit late. Let's wait and see. It's still live. Now if this bounces back, Latham, oh dear.
Well, he's always been an expressive player, Latham.
5 out from the 22. Right in centre field for Gregan. Larkham on for Jason Little. Eels is right there with him. Now it's Larkham again. Kefu. Trib off to Latham, who's up in the line. They keep it going. Larkham. Joe Ross for the corner. They've got another one. The wingers have got them both.
It's like repeating the first try. Another exceptional try. Created steadily, breaking the advantage line 3 occasions. And the support play. There he is, shrugging the last tackle. Joe Roth, what a footballer.
Mertens for Alatini. Umaga! 22-metre line with some forward momentum now, the All Blacks. Looking blindside with Alatini. Lomu again.
15 metres out.
Best chance the All Blacks have had so far. Umaga goes again. Referee playing an advantage. Mertens for Cribb. The kick to Cullen. Brilliant.
A great sequence of play. Here's the last little department. Have a look at Cribb. Towed it through, end on end. You beauty. And that'll give them some confidence.
As Anton Oliver finds Kane Randall.
Beautiful ball to the back of the line out, giving some space.
Here they are, some intricate moves. Aaron Malista, Umaga.
Oh, classic.
That equals the record. That's absolutely brilliant again.
Well, set the world alight, why don't you? They're certainly doing that at the Westpac Trust Stadium here in Wellington. Who would have believed we could have had a game to rival Homebush, and we certainly have. We've seen some glorious tries to date in this game. Well, here it is here. What a work, what a move. So many different directions and angles, and Umaga, of course, with a flat-footed opponent to beat. Through the last man, absolutely beautiful, and through to Christian Cullen. Coops, give us a hand on this one.
Well, the Australians are known as the masters of manipulation, but the pupils here have taught the masters a lesson. That is superb. The intricate move in midfield.
Well, I couldn't help but see the reaction from the normally phlegmatic Christian Cullen. We saw emotion, expression, delight in his face.
It's the record equaling try. He goes to 39 to join Jeff Wilson.
Just the ball, just the ball!
The brilliant Christian Cullen. And the All Blacks with the conversion are ahead by 14 to 12. Andrew Mertens has kicked 4 points today. He's closing in on Grant Fox. But the Wallabies have this penalty right in front.
So there's Marshall with the ball on the deck. He's holding on to it, so he's almost... And you see that Australian player bent over the top, trying to win possession, and Marshall was stopping him. That's the reason for the penalty. So here it is. Australia with another 3 points.
Wallabies back in front. The lead for the All Blacks was short-lived, but what a test this has been already. Great attacking position here. Centre field. Marshall for Carl Hoft.
Hold there, hold there!
Now Mertens. Kronfeld, who's had a lot of the ball to play with in this game. Mertens shovels onto Alatini. Lovely step, as he's so capable of doing. Mertens
going for the crash. That's unusual.
Marshall straight up the middle.
What's the turnover? So the turnover came from a hand on the deck, and that was picked up by the touch judge. Is that Ed Morrison down there?
Yes.
Yeah. The best way of destroying a game of rugby, make Ed Morrison the referee. I thought that was a desperate performance last week.
Chance once more to become the highest test point scorer in New Zealand history. And that is the record breaker for Andrew Mertens.
Well, he's a magnificent footballer, Andrew Mertens. Absolutely superb, I think, his contribution. Look at the concentration on his face.
Yes, a fabulous goal kick, Andrew Mertens, and you're quite right, Murray. Look at the rhythm there. Very smooth, good follow-through, and a great result.
Well, it didn't go 10, but Kronfeld played it anyway, so play carries on. All Blacks are happy to take the possession, but now they've got to get it down onto the ground. It's been ripped away, so there was no advantage for the All Blacks at all. Kefu off to Wilson. Advantage is over. Referee was playing it, and there's going to be another penalty.
Last line, doesn't matter, ruck's formed.
Well, that's a twist of fate.
Just
Well, the unflappable
get
Todd
back, please. Nothing happening there. Just keep your nose out of it.
conceded 10 metres.
You can't come in from that side. Just a tackle situation. Please go.
Well, it all started, didn't it, from the kickoff that didn't go 10 metres by Australia. Kronfeld made the decision, and at the time it was wise to play the ball. He's saying that is a ruck.
As we close in on half-time. Kicks his second penalty, 18-17.
Well, it's had a bit of everything in this half, Grant.
Not much different to Sydney when they were level, remember, at half-time. Oliver, good work by the All Blacks from the kick-off.
They want some continuity here to score some points before the break to go into the half with a lead.
Alatini makes the burst near the 22.
Well, this is the one, maybe Mertens with a drop kick.
Shifts it on.
Oh, they're going for the try.
Maxwell, referee playing advantage, and it's right out in centre field.
Well, it's exactly what they wanted.
Got to stay the blind side. Marshall.
I'd say they should take the penalty, shouldn't they?
Let's wait and see. Umaga feeds it on. Mertens. Cullen, they're still playing advantage.
Well, advantage. Well, I would say that's very liberal use of the advantage law, because that was a long time to take advantage. Admittedly, Kaplan made his decision and called out advantage still. But you certainly have to ask the question, it's an interesting rule, when does the advantage law stop? How long must play continue before the advantage is over? A goal is imminent, I would imagine.
Mertens makes the kick, and that is the end of quite a sensational first half. That's a bad throw first up from Oliver. All Blacks still haven't got those lineouts dead right. Jeremy Paul, who came on with 6 minutes remaining in the first half, places it for Gregan. Larkham now. Oh, dear me. Welcome to the field, Ben Toon.
Well,
Jonah hits him with everything. Ben Toon has only been on the park a minute. Look at this. Oh, take that. Play to continue. To the back it goes. Thorne cleverly chips it to Alatini. Near the 10-metre line, and held on to by an Australian player on the ground.
Number 1.
Richard Harry it is. And Andrew Mertens, who has this ankle problem, is going to be asked now to kick for goal.
At the moment, you would think, being a southerly, it's right behind Andrew Mertens, but the little flags on top of the post, they're wavering all over the place. Tough kick.
Beautifully judged.
Well, not so tough for New Zealand's highest point scorer.
Larkham short, Alatini wasn't able to control it, so Sterling Mortlock has it for Todai Kefu. Wallabies hitting back almost immediately with Eels into the gap. They're only 15 metres out here. It bounces for Gregan. Little. Kefu once more. Gregan playing advantage. All Blacks offside. Mark Connors. Now George Gregan. The advantage still applies. And he'll go back. And this is a penalty right in front.
Well, I think that equals up. That's all we ever ask of referees, consistency. And I think that equals up the move just before half-time, where he played very liberal length of time of the advantage law. Yes.
Back to the two-point advantage now for the All Blacks. That's where we were at half-time. Wayne Smith, he's come all the way down. 1 minute to go.
Don't have a heart attack, Wayne.
What a moment this is. Big throw for Mark Hammett. Oh, they've turned it. Wallabies have it through Mark Connors. So here's a chance. It's their last one. Larkin. And he puts it out. Jonathan Kaplan has a look at the watch. Still time remaining.
You've got to laugh. Even Jonathan Kaplan has a smile on his face. Everybody's screaming with a full-time whistle, except the referee, and he is the sole judge of time.
The biggest line-out throw of the series. Josh Kronfeld's on his feet. He's on the sideline.
Just make sure the ball goes in, okay? Ball in first.
The heat is on.
They go short.
Australia.
Guinness with the Wallabies. Herbert. Got to be careful here about the penalty. Jim Williams takes it in. Now, Joe Rock tries to go past Cullen. Oh, there's the penalty. There's the penalty.
Yes.
I think he was relieved to say that, John Eels will have a shot, thank you. Well, that was interesting because the ball was actually slipping forward by the Australian player. It looked like it was going to be a turnover.
This kick will decide the fate of the Bledisloe Cup. What a player, John Eales. His kick has retained the Bledisloe Cup.
Cometh the hour, cometh John Eales, the Aussie captain, showing why he's regarded as one of the best all-round players the game has ever seen. Heartbreak for the All Blacks after holding the lead deep into seemingly eternal injury time. It meant that the Bledisloe Cup would stay with Australia. That result in Wellington also meant that the All Blacks' grip on the Tri-Nations had been severely loosened. With the Australians too good for the Springboks, it meant that the All Blacks would have to win in Johannesburg and win well to have any chance of taking the title. But the stakes were also high for the Springboks, with coach Nick Mallett fighting to hang on to his job. Once again, the result was explosive and spectacular.
Oliver's first throw dragged down nicely by Blackadder. That's a good start in a problem area for the All Blacks. Now it's there for Justin Marshall. Mertens to Alatini, looking for Lomu. He gets about half a dozen at the same time, but they're offside.
When they dealt to Jonah. It's almost as though they read the book. I think they were at the private training session in Durban on Thursday.
He doesn't mind the confrontation. He's got an early touch. He'll be happy about that. And the All Blacks have this penalty.
Big one. Lots of room to move. And here comes Urumia. Look at that.
Andrew Mertens has a fairly difficult angle to cope with here. But that's a top start for Andrew Mertens, and the All Blacks have the early lead. Springboks haven't scored a try in their last 2.5 test matches. As Foss slips it to Swanepoel, keeps running. Williams has got some space, and Chester Williams, brushes aside a feeble tackle, and the Boks are in. And Cribb coming slowly back into position. He won't be there for the line-out as Andrews drags it down, and they're going to take the All Blacks on. 15 metres out from the line. Andre Foss, the captain. Left behind by Ollie LaRue. Slipping it to Van Straten. Getting closer to the goalpost. Bringing it out to centre field. Erasmus Fleck. All Black defence in disarray. And Robbie Fleck, who's back from the dead, has scored the second try. Now Swanepoel for Van Straten. Delport not able to take it. Now there's a chance for the All Blacks. Umaga, he's got Cullen looming. The ultimate finisher, Christian Cullen, but he's not needed. And Tana Umaga, off a Springbok mistake, puts it down under the bar, and the All Blacks are back in it.
Well, that's the way to answer New Zealand. Good comeback.
Mertens looking to run himself. The Springboks not really expecting that to happen. Marshall frees it up for Kronfeld. Alatini. Umaga's underway again. Off to Cullen. And it was offside play against the Springboks. The All Blacks looking a lot better now. They get the ball in hands and can do something with it.
I don't really think that Mertens intended to run there. I guess he just felt he didn't quite have the support and had to give it a go. Yes, it was all a bit scrambly, wasn't it?
Second successful penalty for Andrew Mertens, and the All Blacks draw to within one.
So scrum New Zealand ball with a decent-sized blind side, which you can just about see Lomu on the corner, bottom right corner of your screen. Good place to get on the ball, I'd say. Yes, they're trying to.
Good hands from Marshall. Shocking pass from Cribb. Well, it's coming on the Springbok side. They had more numbers. Now Fleck. Here's another one. Robbie Fleck from 30 metres. Anton Oliver. Throwing has been sound so far, but not so good that time, though. Put the hex on him and claimed by Andre Fenter. Now it's Foss. Again, a loose pass for Erasmus. Nicely channeled again for Swanepoel. Robbie Fleck's a danger. Starting to open up with Corne Krika. He's got pace. Chased by Umaga. Slipped it to Brayton Pulsar. All Blacks desperate in defence. Goal line is only 5 metres away. Away for Chester Williams. Driving to the line. Swanepoel gets it in. Another one for the Boks. That's 4.
Well, a great effort, South Africa. Corne Krika. Pace. He couldn't be caught. Magnificent run. 30, 40 metres perhaps. Desperation on defence for New Zealand wasn't enough.
Quickly taken by Swanepoel to Erasmus. Delayed the pass for Fleck. Happy to have a go at any old time. Esterhuizen. He slips it. Tinnis Delport. Mertens is after him, but he won't get him. That's another one. 5 tries now to the Boks.
Well, the crowd is delirious.
(33-13). An incredible first half from the Springboks, written off in all quarters, particularly over here, as being next to hopeless. Well, they've shown already that they are a very good combination. The All Blacks looking to do something a little different with Urumia. Now Umanga looking to skirt out from near the ruck, as he did so effectively against Scotland. Case News. But the Springbok defence so far is held, with one exception. Todd Blackadder trying to suck a few of them in. They're not committing too many to the ruck. Cullen, half gap. Now Randall. It's there for Justin Marshall. Mertens, Eremia swarming in defence again. They're still 15 metres short. Mertens slings it out as far as Cullen. Cullen, and if he stays on the feet, he'll be in. He is. Just another one, and that is a record-breaking try for Christian Cullen, his 40th in Test matches, and he overtakes Jeff Wilson. Now Justin Marshall. Might have been the wrong way. Cullen well and truly held. Marshall for Alatini. Still 5 out from the 22. Umanga, he'll have a go. He's got Cullen with him, but he won't need him. That's the one they wanted. Just on half-time, Taylor Umanga gets it. Somerville and Flavel, the two of the late arrivals in the All Black party. Here's Mertens skirting blindside. Cullen in, Cullen with his pace. Now he's got to do it on his own. Isn't he just brilliant? Absolutely outstanding. Cullen gets try number 4 and a bonus point.
Wonderfully said, Grant. It was absolutely superb. Christian Cullen, vintage Cullen. It'd have to be the hardest kick in the ground, that one, and he's nailed it.
Brilliant kick by Mertens. Cullen scores again, 36-34. Umanga to dig this one out and feed Mertens. Randall to Blackadder, shoveling it on. Lomu on the outside. Jonah close to the touchline, but just nailed by Chester Williams. Still there for the All Blacks. Marshall. They've got players to burn if they heave it far enough. Oliver, Cribb, Alatini, and they've held up in defence, but they're offside. Ron Cribb's not too happy.
Well, I think he's the wrong guy to question. Well, such is the discipline, though. A few years ago, I think Cribb might have given him one. Jonah Lomu on the outside, superb. Outside Andre Fenter. Well, he was actually ankle tapped there. Otherwise, Chester, I think, was in big trouble.
All Blacks haven't led in this game since Merton's early penalty. But they do now. 37-36 to the All Blacks. Driving up towards the 22. Now Swanepoel, Van Straten, Fleck. Not quite the same number of gaps in midfield now. Erasmus. And the All Blacks played the ball on the ground. That would have been curtains. Urumia had Lomu with him.
Well, I thought it was penalising Urumia for being offside, but it may have been on the ground.
Chance now for the Springboks to go back in front with Brown van Straten. (39-37). Nicely claimed by Randall. All Blacks hammering away here for the last 5 minutes. Mertens with a long-range drop kick, and he likes it too. All Blacks back in front.
The poise, the touch of the man. He thought, enough's enough. We've been down here for 7 or 8 minutes. We can't breach the line. I'm taking 3. Head down, smack, straight through the middle.
Swanepoel again for Foss. Van Straten. Oh, he's through the Kronfeld tackle. Springboks fighting back 15 metres out. Swanepoel, here's the call from Kosaki, who's been prominent around the park. Now Van Straten can't beat the tackle of Mark Hammett. Swanepoel swings it to the right. Big charge by John Smith. Goal line is right there, a metre away. Swanepoel has another rip on his own. He does it again.
So another disappointing reverse for the All Blacks after fighting back into a potentially winning position. It meant that the Tri-Nations had gone the way of the Bledisloe Cup. Record-breaking Christian Cullen kept up his great run, and it was his departure through injury in the second half that might have been a real key to the outcome. So the promise of the early part of the year hadn't materialised into any silverware for the All Blacks, despite playing their part in a succession of extraordinary matches. They still had the chance to turn the year into a success with an end-of-season tour to France. It had been against the French at the previous year's World Cup that the All Blacks had crumbled so badly, a performance that saw many of the old All Black qualities go out the window. The chance to gain a measure of revenge came at the magnificent Stade de France on the 11th of November, on Armistice Day. France celebrated the anniversary of the end of the First World War. The All Blacks were put to the test by the French, by an emotional crowd, and by a refereeing display that could be best described as a nightmare on Ericsson Street.
First scrum put in for the French. Greg Somerville down on his nose there.
Well, he's certainly the main man in this match so far, Wayne Ericsson. I mean, referees have to suffer the same as players, the nervous anxiety of the opening few minutes of a test match, and maybe he's overreacting a little bit.
Well, he's done it again. 3 out of 3, and France ahead by 9-3.
Yep.
All Blacks against the throw now. Robertson using his power midfield. Marshall quickly off the deck to Mertens, and playing advantage. They're offside, the French.
Well, it'll be 3 apiece after this. Down the middle. So, the game starts again. 9-all it is.
Long throw. With the throw, Maxwell this time it's over the top and well taken down by Aradou. French have a drive on. Gaultier. Now they get it wide for the first time. All Black defence, so holding Franck Comba, who's a real danger man. La Maison, ball spilled forward and should be turned over. Well, very quickly onto the whistle. It was coming on the All Black side.
Norm Maxwell's got a huge gash above his right eye. He went down clutching the head.
Darryl Gibson has the same problem, so what is going on? French get on a roll, they can be dangerous. It's Landreau. 10 out from the 22, and it's the French this time who dived in over the top.
Well, this is an area that he has been particularly vigilant at throughout the game.
Here they come. Cullen into the gap, frees it up for Umaga. Howlett's there. Here's the first try. All Blacks from their own 22, and Doug Howlett's in.
Well, Doug Howlett, obviously, the expressions tell it all. He's delighted. A big moment for him in his first big test match. on French ball particularly, but it was quick thinking. It's Justin Marshall fired it away, and then it was just Cullen O'Cullen. Look at that. Brilliant, the hallmark, the timing of the pass. Umaga, perfect timing once again. So playing a true centres game we see from Tana Umaga. Had he been a winger, I would have backed him to have had a crack at the fullback there. Garba José, of course, is renowned for his defence, but Howlett would be delighted on the outside to get such a perfect pass. And nobody that I know in world rugby could have caught Howlett from that position.
Landreau for Aradu. All Blacks now having to try and hold them up. They scored a try last week against the Wallabies from a similar position. Close to the line, but Wayne Erickson is right there, says no.
So here it is too. What a superb, as you'll see from this high camera, what a superb attacking position. So close to the All Black line. Marshall and Lomu on the short side, but the wide side's where they'll attack from.
Chue off the bat, flicks it up to Borry. Almost got through. Couple of metres short. Mania, no, he left it behind. Gaultier, and the ball was lost forward. Well, Olivier Mania had a clear passage through, but he left it behind. Marco, the prop forward, was there to help out. Now it's Doug Howlett, very nearly escaped. Mertens out to Justin Marshall. Supporters there from Troy Flavel as the All Blacks set it now. Let's get it wide. Cribb still holding it up. Robertson. Still an opportunity from broken play to shift it wide for Christian Cullen. Now Lomu and Cullen together. Lomu, the big fella, can't find Cullen. Now he's got him, and he's there. Brilliant stuff.
Well, it was a good try. Christian Cullen with a deft kick over the top of the flat French backline. No fullback, he spotted the gap. Look at that. And he doubled round. Lomu was there too. Good defence by Mania. Couldn't get the pass away, Lomu. There it is. Maybe a hint of a forward pass, but Cullen delighted to score yet again.
Well, the crowd watching that on the big screen certainly displayed their anger. Landreau short to his captain, Falou. Gaultier across the face of La Maison to Borry. Mania held up by Umaga. Still going, the French. Now it's there for Gaultier. La Maison lobs it across to Gabriel-Sar, and Benassal picks up one for the French.
Well, Benassal, the expression after he had got it down with his arms out wide, that was oh so natural. But it was beautifully done. Typically French, they work the ball to open space, the inside pass, and the dot down with ease. Well, that'll make them feel a bit better.
And the French have turned the All Blacks over now. They've got a chance on the blind side. Here's Gabriel-Sar. He's got support from Borry. Umaga flattens him in a great tackle, and the All Blacks get out of it, but it took some individual brilliance by Cullen firstly and then Umaga.
Well, he's certainly done it a few times at the Wellington Stadium.
Landreau for Bruce. We've seen a lot of this from the French. Always difficult to stop this. They're strong upper bodies as they attempt to drive the All Blacks back over the line. Still going, and they've got it down.
The All Blacks are looking in amazement because the ball's not on the ground.
Well, I don't think it ever got to the ground, to be perfectly honest.
The referee was very keen to award the try, though. Well, let's have a little look at it on replay. So there it is, way up in the air.
That is an absolute joke from Wayne Erickson.
And the ref has already awarded the try, and you can see it at the top.
He wasn't even close.
What an absolute joke. Well, that sort of sums it up, really. La Maison, with the last act of the game, puts it through. And the whistle goes to indicate the All Blacks have the victory by 39 points to 26.
Another memorable night, especially for the boisterous horde of Kiwis lucky enough to be there. Though both the Cullen and Palouse prize were gimmies from Ericsson. For all that, the All Blacks were a step closer to avenging the events of the World Cup. The team believed that unless they won the second test match in Marseille, they wouldn't have finished off the job. A feature of both the All Black and New Zealand A tours to France were the staging of games in venues not traditionally associated with rugby. Marseille, for example, is a soccer town, the home of Eric Cantona, and yet the All Blacks were once again able to show their pulling power by drawing a capacity crowd of 66,000 to the Stade de Velodrome, one of the principal venues for the last Soccer World Cup. It was a match that featured another explosive start, this time from the French.
All Blacks have this under control, though, with Christian Cullen. Looks to have a look at the options. Down it goes to Olivier Magna. Confronted by Doug Howlett, hit hard by Cullen in a solid tackle just on the All Black side of halfway, but they've got an opportunity here with Gabayosa again. Gabayosa, a race for the corner, and the winger scores it. That's a brilliant try, and so typical of the French.
Absolutely scintillating play. Breathtaking, really. Gabayosa down the short side. Have a look at this. Outflank Marshall on the outside. What a kick. What a kick. Clear-cut try. Great start for the French.
Now the captain releases for Mertens. A lot of tactical kicking going on early in the match. Mertens in after Sardorni, taken though by Robertson, who's come up with some big tackles early on. Now it's fired away again for Gabayosa. He's a real danger. Almost slipped away, found Jouet. Now it's Marcone, the prop forward, right on the halfway line. Carried on by Landreau, the hooker. Had to be dragged down by Daryl Gibson. Fabian Palouse, the captain. They stay blindside with de Villiers, but they can set it again here, the French. They've got a big line out to the right, but the All Blacks have regathered the forces as Gaultier up for La Maison. Oradu. Umanga meets him head on. Next runner-up is Magna. Magna for the line. What another brilliant try. He's an outstanding flanker, and the French have struck twice.
Just check the action of the crowd. Well, Olivier Magna, superb. Speed to burn for an open side flanker. We've seen it before, and have a look at this. Beautiful timing onto the break. And the speed to beat Cullen to the line, to keep ahead of him.
Cribb unleashes a healthy-looking punt. Down to Sardorni. La Maison.
Yeah, intelligent kick.
Waiting for this is Umanga and Marshall. 15 out from the 22. Right in centre field. And away goes Justin Marshall. Andrew Mertens could open up here for Doug Howlett. He's got support either way. He's done well, Howlett. He's got Justin Marshall, who could go under the post. Marshall for the line, and that's a great reply.
Well, Doug Howlett seized the moment. He saw his defender drifting off his left shoulder, dropped on his right, and then just opened it up. That's fantastic to have that speed. Andrew Mertens, of course, the timing of the pass. Watch this. Watch how he drifted. Beautiful. And then just opened it up, drew the last defender, and Marshall straight for the goal line.
Jouet shows good pace. Reuben Thorne had to close him down. Now Magna, such an outstanding player. Now the French have got a good back line here. Gabayosa tried to run straight through Mertens, who held firm. Gaultier, La Maison, Palouse. Again there for Gaultier. Sardorni. Referee's got the arm out. Daryl Gibson, chance to break here. Good pace from Greg Somerville. Got it away to Scott Robertson, right on halfway.
Scott Robertson held it well.
Now it's freed away. Blackadder heaves it on immediately. Gibson's got a chance. Howlett with his pace. They won't see which way. Au revoir.
Well, he's a handy man, Doug Howlett, to have on the outside. That was great play. That was moving the ball away from the point of contact, away from the pressure point. No room to move at all. Everybody doing exactly right. Greg Somerville, great run. Powerhouse stuff, set it up and still got the pass away. Robertson intelligently held onto the ball then. Umunga went over the top of him. Todd Blackadder looking like a first 5'8". Gibson doing it like he normally does, correctly. And Howlett on the outside, well, she's all over Rover when he had a few metres to spare. So that's a great try, a great answer, and that silenced the crowd because, of course, this crowd appreciate rugby. They know that the New Zealand side, when they're running with the ball, can split anybody. Look at the New Zealand team behind. Such a dangerous side with the ball in possession, New Zealand.
Away goes Oliver, who's had some strong bursts. He got it away nicely to Scott Robertson. Hasn't got any support at the moment. Now they get there. He's laid it back nicely for Marshall. Off to Reuben Thorne. All Blacks looking to get another one before half-time as Marshall frees it off again to Mertens. Slings it wide for Oliver, who started it all. They're still in good position. Couple of minutes away from the half-time break. Mertens fires it off. It's gone wide. Well controlled by Rayhana. Now Ron Cribb. Good charge by Cribb to Umunga, and the pass for, yes, it's given. And who's over there? Well, it could be Gordon Slater, is it? Let's have a look.
I think it is.
Yeah, beauty.
Oh, wow.
Gordon Slater.
What about that? Replacement tight head prop comes on and scores an expensive try. Ron Cribb did well, kept the pass alive. Umunga with his strength driving too high and keeping the ball alive. Well done. So only a tight head prop could probably have the power to drive through. By Joves.
Oh dear.
It looked like his foot might have been in touch to me.
Big line out. Randall almost had it for the All Blacks, but it's been controlled here by the French. Palouche. 5 metres out from the line. Califano digs in. Now Gaultier's there as well. Really challenging the All Black line. And they have got the try.
Well, that's what they were looking for. They hung in there, the French. A strong, aggressive attack.
The little halfback who's got it. Yes, he's right in there. They've gone low. And Jonathan Kaplan was right there to make the decision. Bruce.
So, a misunderstanding, or the French were quicker, I guess, to
Could
the
be
ball.
a drop kick here. La Maison. All Blacks have been punished. They got it wrong in the line-out. And Christophe La Maison drops a goal. 36 points to 30.
Well, it's good rugby.
Controlled by Jouet.
It's out.
For Gaultier. There's a big gap here for Jouet. Chased by Marshall, but Gaultier now. Mania with a bit of pace. Gaultier didn't see Bernard Saul, but they've still got it, the French. Batson's first man there. Now they go wide. They've got players to burn here. They must, surely. He's blown it. As Scott Robertson got across to make the tackle. Goodness gracious.
Absolutely wonderful. Have a look at that. He spotted him. Beautiful tackle. Copybook stuff. Held him around the ankles, and then he tried to play the ball. He continued to play the ball. Comba.
Both All Black hookers tonight have made try-saving tackles, but will it be enough? Jouet off the back, met by Robertson. Carbonneau getting La Maison into position.
Looking for the drop kick.
Yeah, another drop kick coming. I think he can put the rent on it, and through it goes.
Well, we must pay tribute to France. Very intelligent performance by this French team. Not only intelligent, emphatic, I think, skillful and aggressive.
the lot, really. Time virtually up. The All Blacks 9 points in arrears. They'll keep battling to the end. Charbonneau for La Maison. Lobs it out. And that is it. Up go the French hands. They have the victory in Marseille.
The unerring boot of Christophe La Maison, both at goal and tactically, proving to be a match winner for the French. The All Blacks fought back superbly to lead early on in the second half, but the French were not to be denied a win they savoured almost as much as the one at Twickenham a year earlier. So the All Blacks ended with a disappointing 50-50 record against Australia, South Africa and France. But they still had the chance to finish the year on a winning note with a match against Italy, a team now coached by former All Black Brad Johnson. Johnson was coming under increasing pressure in his new role as the Azzurri took the field against the All Blacks. Once again, the black jersey proved a huge draw card, a crowd of over 40,000, by far the biggest ever to watch a rugby match in Italy.
As the All Blacks attack inside the 22, Marshall away for Spencer. Cribb called back on the inside, but the Italians continue to make the tackle. Now there's an overlap here for the All Blacks. Alatini, and he might be able to do it himself, but he feeds it off to Bruce Reihana, and the All Blacks pick up their first try, and the first in a test match too for the Waikato winger Bruce Reihana. Marshall, he's had a strong game. Justin Marshall, he's found a lot of gaps. Now Scott Robertson, Tia lurking, and play on, says the referee, and Philo Tia is in and scores the try. It's all on here by the looks of things.
Well, it is. It's all go. I thought Tia was wonderfully controlled, actually. He scored the try, and the player ran right into him, and then he just threw the ball at the guy, and the guy jumped on his neck, and then everybody came in from everywhere.
Now Spencer again for Umaga, looking to open it up to the right, where Cullen has got some space, always dangerous. Gives Howlett the overlap, back inside to Cullen. Cullen looks for support, that's beautiful. And Doug Howlett is going to pick up the third, and by far the best try for the All Blacks. Looking to link up with Christian Cullen from the back. Cullen running into some heavy stuff from the Italians, who've conceded just the 3 tries so far in the match. Now there's an opportunity outright for Reihana. Holds it up, and Bruce Reihana goes all the way. Nice little dummy to Tana Umaga. And Bruce Reihana picks up his second try early in the second spell.
Well, it's the body movement that I like when Reihana runs. The change of pace. Have a look at that. The little dummy. He held it. And of course he had the speed to make it. Lovely try.
And another penalty as the Italians continue to infringe.
Marshall's going.
Still going. Up for Carlos Spencer, slips away. Could have scored anyway, and Rod Cribb's going to get it. Carlos Spencer was virtually over the goal line when he threw the pass. And Ron Cribb will get the try anyway, which is the 5th this afternoon for the All Blacks.
Yes, Carlos Spencer, of course, was doing that in Japan too. He was making the try and then giving it to somebody else to score it. Very generous. Well done, Carlos. Good team man, obviously. Yes, the line right there could have easily made it. He may not have known the line was actually right there. He was so intent on keeping control of what he was doing. So they're splitting the attack, both left and right.
This crowd would go absolutely crazy if the Italians managed to score a try. They've gathered the forces across on the far side, but the All Blacks have taken them down. They're very strong upper body, and they've got a chance to the line they go, and they get one.
Now just have a look.
Now it's going to be the All Black ball, so they managed to screw the Italian scrum round, and the All Blacks with a great opportunity here to add to their tally of 5 tries. Here's Cribb off to Marshall, and it's easy as that. Justin Marshall, 21st try in Test rugby for Justin Marshall, and the All Blacks get their 6th.
Well executed from set play. standard straightforward movement. Number 8 taking out the opposition, Marshall running in support. Once again setting it up and moving it along.
Spencer finding Cribb. Always been easy to get through this Italian defence. Spencer again nudging ahead. Here comes Cullen. He's got Spencer with him. On the inside to Carlos Spencer. And that's a brilliant try. Spencer started it in association with Cullen. And Carlos Spencer gets the All Blacks 7.
But have a look at the Spencer touch. It was off the knee. In other words, he brought the defence with a little chip kick from the knee. So here it goes. Off the knee, over the top. Cullen selects the battle for who was going to get the ball. Through the fullback Stoiker. And Carlos under the post.
Leading by 49 points to 14. Running repairs on one of the Italian players. They need as many as they can get. They've only got 13 in the defensive line now. Here's Cribb, who's a run right this afternoon, looking to slip it to Cullen, but Cribb goes all the way and stretches out, and Ron Cribb gets his second.
Yeah, that was a fantastic try. That was an individual try. Great to see a number 8 running big and strong and fast, determined to make the line. Here it is. He hands off the second 5'8". He opens it up. He's got 2 men outside. He's aware of them. There they are, and he's saying, I'm going all the way until you guys stop me. Sold the dummy again, pushed off the fullback, and he just determined to make that goal line. Well done, Ron Cribb. Great try. So the penalty for some reason or other.
Well, here they come again. Another wave of blue jerseys at the All Black line. Big defence required once more. And the referee has got the arm up and he's given the try. Conversion attempt is wide. And that is it. It's all over. The All Black season is all over as well. And they're finished with victory here in Genoa by 56 points to 19, and they scored 8 tries to 2 in the process.
So everyone ended up reasonably happy. The All Blacks got a respectable score, the Italians got a couple of tries, and the crowd got to see some action from the team they'd come from far and wide to see. And so ended the first rugby season of the new millennium. In many ways, the All Blacks' 50-50 record against their major opponents sums their season up. They were good enough to get into a position where they could have won all of those games, but were only able to finish the job off in half of them. Critics still decry a lack of mental toughness, the inability to dominate at set piece, and the inability that old All Black teams had where they would win the tight ones by playing it out to the final whistle. But there are also many positives. The All Blacks remain the biggest draw card in world rugby. There were 30,000 more to watch the All Blacks in Paris than there'd been to watch the world champion Wallabies the week before. They're a young side, much younger than the French, for example. They've got the ability to score brilliant tries from anywhere on the field. As long as the young talent in this team can continue to be developed, as long as the coach calls the right shots, then surely the best is yet to come from this All Black side.